Have you ever felt your whole world fall apart in a single second? That was me, standing outside the restaurant with a ring box in my pocket. Heart pounding, hands shaking. I was supposed to propose that night. To Claire, the woman I thought I'd spend my life with. But then, I saw her. Through the big window. Smiling. Laughing. Not alone. She was with a man I'd never seen before. She touched his hand across the table like it was the most natural thing in the world. Her eyes sparkled. She looked happy. Not the kind of happy you fake with a friend. No. The kind of happy that hurts to watch. I just stood there. Frozen. My mind tried to make excuses. Maybe he's her coworker. Maybe it's just friendly. But deep down I knew. You don't look at a friend like that. I turned around. Didn't go inside. Walked down the street, got into my car, and sat there in silence. You know what's funny? I had been saving for months for that ring. Planning this perfect moment. Meanwhile, she was out creating memories with someone else. But this wasn't going to end with me crying in my car. No. I needed to know who he was. I needed the truth. Even if it destroyed me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, the ring box still on my nightstand, unopened. My mind was spinning. Who was that guy? How long had it been going on? And why didn't I see it sooner? The next morning, I did something I never thought I'd do. I followed her. I waited near her building, pretending to check my phone. She came out a little after 9, dressed nice. Not work nice, date nice. She walked down the street and turned the corner. I kept my distance. 10 minutes later, she met him again. Same guy from the restaurant. Tall, sharp haircut, confident. They hugged, not just a quick hello. It was close. Intimate. Then they got into his car. And drove off. My heart felt like it was cracking inside my chest. Still I followed. They ended up at a small art gallery downtown. The kind of place Claire always said was too boring when I suggested it. But there she was, laughing, holding his hand, looking at paintings like she actually cared. I stayed outside, watching from across the street like a fool. When they came back out, he kissed her. Right there. In the open. No shame. No hiding. That was it. Proof. She was cheating. But even then, I didn't feel anger. Not yet. I felt something worse. Emptiness. Like I had been erased from her life without warning. Like I was just a placeholder until this guy showed up. I drove home and sat in the dark. No music. No lights. Just silence. Then my phone buzzed. It was Claire. Hey babe, work ran late last night. Want to do dinner tonight to make up for it? I stared at the message. Smiling. Lying. Like nothing had happened. And that's when the anger finally hit. She wanted to lie to my face? Fine. I'd play along. But this time, I'd be the one with the plan. I replied to her message like everything was fine. Sure, let's do Italian. 7 p.m.? She sent back a heart emoji and a can't wait. I stared at that stupid heart for a full minute. It used to mean something. Now it just felt fake, like everything else between us. But I needed to keep calm. If I exploded now, I'd never get the full truth. At dinner, she was all smiles. Told me about her busy week, laughed at my jokes, even held my hand across the table. The same hand she held his with. I nodded, smiled back, played the part of the loving boyfriend. But inside, my stomach was churning. Then I said something bold. You know what would be fun? A weekend getaway. Just us. Somewhere quiet. She blinked, caught off guard, then quickly smiled. Yeah, that sounds nice. Her eyes shifted for just a second, barely, but I caught it. That look of hesitation. Guilt. She was probably trying to think of how to juggle two lives without getting caught. Too late for that. When she went to the bathroom, I did something I'd never done before. I picked up her phone. I knew her passcode. She never changed it. It was still her dog's birthday. Pathetic. I opened her messages. My hands were sweating, heart racing. And there it was. Can't stop thinking about last night. You're different from him. Real. From a number not saved. No name. But I knew who it was. I took a screenshot. Sent it to my email. Then locked the phone and put it back exactly where it was. When she came back, she smiled like nothing happened. Told me how good the pasta was. Reached for my hand again. I held it. But this time, I wasn't holding on. I was letting go. On the outside, I was still her boyfriend. But inside, I had already started preparing my revenge. And trust me, I wasn't going to keep it quiet for long. The next few days, I acted like nothing was wrong. I kissed her good morning, made her coffee, even sent her a good night text when she stayed late at work. Again. But behind the scenes, I was working. I found the guy's name through a reverse number search. His name was Tyler Grant. Real estate agent. Divorced. Clean social media, barely any photos. But enough to confirm it was him. I followed him once more. This time, I got pictures. Him and Claire. Holding hands outside his condo. Her wrapped around him like I never existed. I saved everything. Then I booked dinner with Claire's parents. She was surprised. You sure? Kinda random. I just feel like we should all talk, I said. She smiled, probably thinking I was going to ask for their blessing again. Let her think that. We went to her parents' place Sunday evening. Nice dinner. Wine. Her dad was talking about golf. Her mom showing me pictures of her garden. Then I pulled out my phone. Can I show you all something? Claire looked confused. The room went quiet. I opened the album labeled Truth. Photo after photo. Claire. Tyler. Kissing. Laughing. Holding each other. Her mom gasped. Her dad went pale. Claire? She froze, eyes wide. Mouth open. Color draining from her face. I didn't say a word. Didn't have to. The silence said it all. She stuttered. Tried to explain. Something about being confused, not meaning to hurt me. It just happened. Her dad stood up and left the room. Her mom looked like she wanted to cry. Claire looked at me. Why would you do this here? I finally spoke. Because I wanted you to feel what it's like to be betrayed by someone you trust, in a place where you thought you were safe. I stood up, took the ring box from my pocket, and placed it on the table. This was supposed to be yours. But now, it's just a reminder of how blind I was. Then I walked out. I didn't look back. Not once. But I wasn't done. Because Tyler still didn't know what was coming. After that night, Claire tried calling me. Dozens of times. I didn't pick up. She messaged me everything from apologies to angry rants to, I still love you. But I had already deleted her number. There was nothing left to say. Now it was Tyler's turn. I printed the screenshots of their texts. The pictures. Everything. Put it all in a neat envelope and delivered it, by hand, to the real estate office where he worked. The receptionist gave me a weird look. I just smiled. Just something personal. He'll understand. Later that day, I got an anonymous message from a burner account. You think this makes you the bigger man? No name. But I knew it was him. I didn't reply. Because I wasn't trying to look like the bigger man. I was just making sure the truth hit both of them. A few days later, I saw Claire again. She came to my apartment. I didn't answer the door, but I watched through the peephole. She stood there for 10 minutes, crying, holding the ring box. Eventually, she placed it on the floor, whispered something I couldn't hear, and walked away. I left it there. Didn't even open the door. Because closure doesn't always come with words. Sometimes, it comes with silence. Weeks passed. I started sleeping better. Eating again. Smiling without faking it. I wasn't completely healed, not yet. But I was on my way. I learned something through all of this. Love is only real when it's loyal. And if someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.